Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care.
Well, happy Monday, y'all. Your girl is feeling refreshed today. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Or happy Monday to your baby. Yes, I haven't sung my introduction like that in about a couple of weeks. I'm feeling a little bit better, you guys. Yes, I am. God is good. Like, share, comment, hit that bell to be notified when your girl upload another video. Yes, and thank you in advance for watching my video in the ads till the end. Yes, thank you so much, you guys. So today, you guys, I am feeling a little bit better. Emotionally, I've been going through a lot, you guys, and it's March 18th is the first year anniversary of my father, and I just can't believe how fast. It's like, where did this year go? It's like unbelievable that my dad has been gone a whole year. It's like, what? I remember it's like yesterday that I watched him be lowered in the ground. It's been messing with me. It's been messing with me. But anyway, you guys, I'm working through a lot of stuff, and I just thank you guys for being there for me, and just your comments. I enjoy your comments. Continue to comment and everything. But today I want to talk about perception, okay? And I do want to introduce this new breakfast sandwich I got from Carl's Jr. I'm not going to eat all the biscuit because I've been doing good, you guys. I want to give you a report too. I've been doing good on my carbohydrates. I'm going to take a couple bites of the bread on camera, but like I did with my other breakfast sandwich, the chicken sandwich from McDonald's, off camera, I just ate the chicken. I threw the bread away, but I want to show you guys. But I want to talk about perception. But this is the new, it's new. It's called Beyond Meat. You guys heard of Beyond Meat. And it's Beyond Meat, the sausage, okay? And this is from Carl's Jr. And I like their biscuits better than I do the McDonald's biscuit. But this is what it's looking like, y'all. This is what it's looking like. Carl's Jr. is, I love me some Carl's Jr. And I didn't get any jelly, nothing like that, but this would be good with jelly. And so the biscuit has a little bit of butter on it. The egg is folded with cheese, okay? And then the sausage is the Beyond sausage. I can't wait to taste it. Let me lift it up. You can tell that it's not a, well, I'm going to lift it up this way because it's stuck to the, yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to give that a bite, and then I want to talk about perceptions, okay? Really do want to talk about that. Let me take a bite because I really want to taste this sausage. I know how their eggs taste. Let me find. This is a mouthful. The sausage tastes good. You can taste the Beyond. See, the Beyond Meat has a distinct taste and a distinct smell. This is the real Beyond, because I buy the Beyond hamburger meat. You know, the hamburger patties. This is good. This is good. If you're trying to stay away from carbs, I wouldn't recommend this because the biscuit is really thick. What I'm gonna probably do is just eat off camera. Eat just half the, one slice of the biscuit, maybe. But that's all I really want, because I'm really not hungry, but I wanted to try this out and tell you guys that it is good. They also have a Beyond Breakfast burrito, and it's wrapped in tortilla, and it has all the fixings in it. And then the sausage, I think you get two. I think you get two because it looks pretty long. And so they have the sausage, Beyond sausage biscuit, or the burrito. Now on to what I want to talk about, you guys. I want to talk about perception. For one, people are going to perceive you how they want to. Oh, that irritates me so bad. You guys, I like when people speak to me. I do. But it bothers me when they see me on camera and I be getting into my zone and they just come to my window and wave at me. And it takes me off of what I can't wait to get my studio. I'm still probably do my car chronicles because I'm so used to doing it. But I want to start having my serious talks at home because I didn't like that. That just really, let me come on back to myself. Because that was nice of her to wave. But she could have waited till I got inside. She only 3 doors down from me. It's just, anyway. Let me woo-saw, y'all. Let me woo-saw. Now, back to what I was saying. People are going to perceive you, okay? So okay, you know how I got to do it. So let's say you're not really a drinker, but you let your hair down and you went to visit some friends. You went with one of your close friends to their relative house or to their friend. And the reason I'm saying that is because these people don't really know you. This is their first time meeting you, okay? And let's say you've just had a good old time. They made the atmosphere to such to where you felt comfortable. They were acting a certain type of way, and so you felt comfortable. You just kind of let your little hair down. And a couple days later, a week later, your friend say, yeah, my family said such and such, and you such and such. But the friend and the friend said, no, she really not like that. She was in a rare form, that night. That's not really her. She's really this and she's really that and she's really this and she's really that. First impression is lasting impression. That's an old saying and it's true. First impression is lasting impression. You can change your perception of people by changing some things about yourself. I just use that as a quick example. It's way more scenarios than that. But my point I'm making is, let's say that you do certain things and you made some mistakes and then so people start talking about you and people start talking about you. And then they start adding stuff in. They start, like my daughter say, putting 20s on 10s. They start adding things in. The story is never the same as it was. And then you try to defend your character to people. You cannot change the way a person thinks of you or their perception. You can fight with them all day long. You cannot change the way a person thinks. That's their opinion. That's their perception. That's how they feel. All you can do is redeem yourself by making changes, especially if you know the things that you're doing that has led this perception out there of you. this reputation of being a certain type of way. A lot of people have a way that they act, and they portray themselves as a certain type of way. People are going to say what they want to say. People are going to feel how they want to feel. No matter how much you try to explain yourself and fight with them verbally and explain yourself, you're probably adding more fuel to the fire. Okay? You can't change that. You can't fight somebody's opinion. That's just like two people fighting over political issues. You can't do it. They have their perception, and the way they feel and the way they view things, and plus their experiences. No matter what you say, y'all can keep going back and forth. You're not going to be able to change it. And we have to be careful how we portray ourselves in society, in the world, in these streets. Okay? Because even if you do change, I'm going to go back to another story. You could have been some kind of particular way in school. 30 years later, they see you and they see that you're a totally different person. You're you're mature. You grew up. You got your shit together. And then here come one person. There's always one or two people gonna say, "God, you remember that time you?" They never forget. People don't forget how you made them feel, whether you made them laugh, whether you made them cry, whether you did whatever, whether you made a fool of yourself or whatever it was. People don't forget. People don't forget. You can redeem yourself, but they don't forget. And if you redeem yourself, stay that way. So people can give you the benefit of the doubt. They might say, you know what? You know, when I first met her or him, I was feeling like they seemed like they was such and such. But now it seems like they really turned over a new leaf, and they was really sincere about their redemption of their self. They really, I think I'm going to go ahead and give them a chance and rock with them. So even if you do make a fool of yourself, if you stay true to yourself and you're really sincere about making this change, first you make the change for yourself. Then after you make those changes, time go on, people will see that. It's starting changing within yourself first. And then it's going to show, but you can't fight someone's opinion. It just makes you look. It just doesn't. It's not a good look. And it doesn't make sense. You can't do anything about the way they feel. All you can do is say, I know it makes you feel bad that people got the wrong impression. And sometimes that does happen. Sometimes we try to help people. We try to jump in and we try to defend people, or we try to help people, and it backfires in our face. It does. And you could be your intentions could really, really be sincere. Sometimes we have to not do that. As an adult, that's just like, here's another good example. Let's say your sister and her husband was fighting. Either you were there or she called you or whatever. You jump into her offense. And then now she mad at you for, after a couple of days later they make up and this and that and the other. Now the husband don't like the sister. The sister is mad at her sister for jumping in. It's like, damn, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Sometimes it's best to sit back, stand back, and let people handle their own stuff, because it can backfire in your face. And then while you're fighting this battle and you're fighting for this person because you have good intentions, now your reputation is ruined because you're trying to do the right thing, and now your reputation is just gone. It's just blown out of it's over right now. You know what I'm saying? Perception. People, their perception is their reality. How someone talks to you, how someone treats you. Just like with me at work, I'm going through something at work and I'm feeling a little bit better. I can't talk too much about it because they be watching, okay? But when someone treats you a certain way, you have the right to feel the way you feel. They can't say, well, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't mean to, but you did. Okay, you did. Okay, and the reason why you said what you said, you must have said it for a reason. And a lot of times people they say, well, you know, no harm intended, but okay, so you already warning me that you getting ready to be rude. You pre-warning me, no harm intended. So in other words, don't feel no kind of way, but just let me say this. Let me say this rude thing to you, but my intent is not to really make you feel too bad. I know it's going to make you feel bad, but it's not. That's the way that they cover up. You know, or they'll text you something and say some things to you, how they feel. And then at the end of the text, they LOL. You know, they do some stuff like that. But I perceived it the way I perceived it. And I feel the way I feel. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't fight me for my feelings. People's perception is their reality and you can't change it. And you can't fight with people to get them to see or view something the way that you see it or view it. You can't do it. You can't fight with someone to make them view a situation the way you want them to view it. We have to be careful how we present ourselves, how we act. We have to be careful, especially in the workplace. If you're in school, workplace, or whatever, we have to be careful because this day and age, it's a lot of lawsuits. It's a lot of people being offended, and you can't say certain things. Just like, in a workplace, a person could call a black person a nigger and they might get in trouble. You know, if you say you're offended, you go to HR and you can say you're offended. That person might get, written up or a little whatever. But if you call someone gay, that word, I don't even want to say it. Okay, that F word, and it ends with a T, or I don't even want to say it, faggot or fag. Ugh, I don't even like saying it. It disgusts me for even saying it. But if you call somebody a fag or a faggot, oh, you are fired. There's certain things you just cannot do that you're not going to get away with. That is just not acceptable. And I think they should get fired for calling somebody a nigga. Okay, but it's different levels. It's different, their perception of that is just different. And we have to be careful of the things we say in the workplace, the things we say in society, period, and how we present ourselves. First impression is lasting impression. People don't never forget, the things that you did, how you impressed them, how they met you for the first time, and the things you say and do, and when you try to help someone, sometimes we insert ourselves in situations for different reasons. Sometimes it's a sincere thing. Sometimes it's a messy thing. Sometimes it's, whatever. We have to sit back, and let them do what they're going to do. It's not your place all the time to jump in and try to help someone. You can get hurt in the long run trying to help someone. You can really get hurt emotionally, physically, all kind of things. You can be, it's just, you just can't. And we have to be careful, and again, you cannot change the way someone feels by arguing with them, trying to get them to see your view. You can't change someone's view. If they perceive something the way they perceive it, you can't argue with them with that. It's just making the situation worse. It's like I said a few minutes ago, you're throwing more logs in the fire. You're fuming that fire sometimes by doing that. We can't always do that. We have to be careful, you guys. And sometimes our intentions could be really, really good. We can have good intentions, but sometimes it don't end up being that way. It don't end up being that way, and you can damage yourself. Reputation, it spreads. The word gets around. It spreads like cancer. Okay. Your reputation, it spreads. And it can sometimes take years to redeem yourself, to fix it, but you can't fix it if you're still in it. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. My suggestion is to sometimes take a back seat to certain things. Can't help everyone. We have to first help ourselves. How can you jump in somebody else's stuff when your stuff is raggedy? How are you going to talk about somebody else's backyard and yours is dirty? And what's another saying? Don't be sweeping trash in front of my door when your door is full of trash. It's so many sayings, but it goes back to that one scripture in the Bible. And I need to look it up. I don't know where it's at. But it talks about removing a splint from your brother's eye, and you got a beam in yours. In other words, it says, my brethren, okay, how can you try to remove a little splinter? Do you know how small a splinter is? A splinter is so tiny. It hurts, though. It hurts. Them splinters be hurting. But how can you try to remove a splinter from your brother's eye and you got a beam in yours? How can you tell somebody else what to do? How can you try to tell somebody else how to live? How can you try to give somebody else advice? How can you try to help somebody? How can you try to jump in somebody's stuff? How can you try to jump yourself in someone else's stuff? How can you try to tell somebody how to live? How can you try to tell somebody what to wear? How can you try to tell somebody what to do? And your stuff is raggedy. And it may be even raggedier than theirs. Oh yeah, it may be even raggedier than theirs. Sometimes we need to sit down, shut up, and concentrate on the things that we need to concentrate in our life. We need to do the things that we need to do for ourselves. That's just like my fat ass, okay, trying to tell somebody else how to diet. What to eat, not to eat, what to do. You need to exercise. You need to do this. You don't need to be eating no carbs. You need to watch your sugars. You need to not be drinking all that juice. And they only need to lose 50 pounds, but I need to lose 100. That's not adding up. And then it could backfire on us. It can really backfire. And you were just trying to help. You was just trying to help. And now your reputation is such. People have a view of you. People view you in a certain type of way. And really in your heart, you really are not that way. But some of your actions keeps showing that. And then you want to fight with those people for feeling this way. You can't do it. You can't fight with somebody else's opinion. You can't try to change someone else's opinion. All you can do is fix yourself and let that show. Let that come out. Let your true self come out. Redeem yourself and let your true self come out. Because you cannot change a person's perception. Their perception is their reality. So it's pretty difficult, you guys. It's pretty difficult, and I've been there. We all have. I remember, because I'm goofy by nature. I'm fun, and people still see me and be like, I be, ugh, I went to my class review and they're like, Tracy, it's like, dang. I just laughed with them, but it kind of made me feel away like, God, they remember. I didn't even remember it, but I couldn't fight them because that's something they remember. I must have did it. They remembered it, and I just laughed with them, and I vaguely remembered a little bit of it, but but they seen I was different. They seen that but still, folks, don't forget. We have to be careful of the image that we put out there to people. We have to. This is a small world. You don't know who knows who. You might be trying to get a job, or maybe you didn't found you a good man or a good woman, and you bring them over to meet your family, and they be like, ugh, I know it. And then they know them, and then they remember all the stuff you did, and here you is coming in there a totally different person, redeemed yourself, got yourself totally together, and they done brought up everything you did. And you're like, oh my God, now you got to relive all that because you put it out there. We have to be careful what we put out there in the world. And that's it, you guys. I can go on all day. I can make this a whole hour video talking about this. That's it, you guys. I just want you guys to be, look here. What do I always say before I end my videos? Hold your head up, okay? It's hard. I've been having to hold my head up at work, hiding my feelings, okay, in the way I feel about certain people in certain situations, and it is hard. Excuse me. It's not easy, but you don't want to walk around with your head hung low, okay? You don't want to portray yourself as like you're in this self-pity mode. Even if you are, you don't want that in the universe. You don't want to, because, you just don't want to do that. I know for myself, when I smile, because I'm about to say keep a smile on your face, I know for myself when I smile and when I hold my head up and I tell myself, yes, I made some mistakes, but I'm worthy to redeem myself. I'm worthy. I'm human too. We all make mistakes. I am somebody. I am worth being able to redeem myself. I am worth it. I'm not going to keep beating myself up for something I did and walk around with my head hung low. I already did it. The milk is spilled on the floor. All I can do now is clean it up. That's all I can do. And that kind of makes you feel better. It makes me feel better when I think that way. So we have to change the way we think and the way we handle certain situations. We can't dwell in it. You know what I'm saying? We can't dwell in the mistakes that we've made and the bad decisions, because if you dwell in it, you're going to look up and a year going to go by and you're still in the same position. You know, we don't want to be in the same position that we was a year ago. We want to make changes. You know, we want to start, elevating our life, elevating our mind, elevating ourselves, because we can stay in that rut. And when you stay in that rut, it's not healthy. You know, it's just not healthy. So we're going to keep our head up. Okay, we're going to try to smile. Even if it kills you, try to smile. You know, try to forgive yourself for the things that you've done. You know, keep looking at yourself in the mirror and every day and telling yourself that I love you, you're beautiful, I forgive you. And just keep doing it every day until you actually believe what you're saying. Till you actually believe it. Keep saying it until you actually believe it. That's it, you guys. That's it. Oh, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.